Hello, everybody. I'm just gonna hopefully get that straightened for you. I need a little box to stand on. I think that's okay, but I'll tell in just a second. Or I'll be able to tell in just a second. So tonight I am going to scrapbook these two photos. And they're not like the best photos out here. I am going to bring my camera down a little bit. Here, so we're focusing even more. Anyway, so they're not the best photos out here. So one of them, this is my grandson last fall when he was 5. And then this is his great grandfather. And he passed away last year. And my daughter-in-law sent me these two photos where they look very, very similar. It's pretty, or I shouldn't say they look very, very similar. They look alike, and you can definitely, so he looks very much like my daughter-in-law, so she looks like her grandfather. I don't know if she's completely put that together, but anyway, there's definitely around their eyes, you can definitely see it. I don't know that you're going to pick it up. And this right here is not a glare from my lights. It's actually on the photo. So this is, I think she took photos of photos and then sent them to me, and it's fine. I don't know that I would always do that and scrapbook it, but this is important to her, so I'm going to scrapbook it like it is, and that's fine. There are other pictures of this photo. This is a school picture from this past school year. So anyway, I thought it was kind of important to get this. If she texts me photos, I know those are definitely things she wants me to scrapbook. So I'm going to start with these 4 papers here. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to use them all or what I'm going to do. This is a Creative Memories paper, like that's a sweater print that's fairly old. This is a Jelly Bean Soup paper from Sightseeing Stew from 2014. This is another Creative Memories paper from I think the same time. And this is Photo Play Family Collection. It's the Our Story paper. This is not, I haven't had this a while. I don't really know how old this is. There's no date on this, but I was buying a bunch of wood grains at one point, so that's how I got this. But I think what I'm going to do is kind of take a look at this and try to decide. I don't really want a very thick border on this. I just want it to, what do I want to say? I just want it to be a little bit of a border with pattern paper. Now I could also do with paper as well. And I think I'm going to probably separate these. I could put them together, but in this case, I think I'm going to separate them. And one of my subscribers asked me that question after a video a couple of weeks ago about why I usually put them together. And I usually put them together because I think you see them as one unit then, so it brings things together. But as for your eye, but with this particular one, I definitely want to show some space, not as much as I'm gonna have around the sides, but I want to show some space here to show that they really are 2 different people. Also, here's another thing. This is a little bit of a dilemma for me. Normally, I always tell you to make sure that the lines and sight lines are looking into a layout. So he's looking straight on, just a tiny bit to the left, or to his right, but my left. And so I think you could put this photo either here or here. Great grandpa here is definitely, he's looking almost straight on, but his body position is to the left. So normally I would put this photo on this side. I'm not going to do that this time though, because he's the older one of the 2 of them. And so I want it to be, you know, great grandpa, grandson, great grandson. So I think that's kind of how I'm going to differentiate. The other thing I'm going to do is I really want to use, I think, labels somewhere. So I'm going to bring in some Ellie Studio labels. I just grabbed my blues. This will be way too bright blue, so I'm going to do it with the darker blues here. I'm thinking also the title will be Resemblance. So I'm going to need to leave a thicker spot to put this title if I use that wood background. So that's kind of all the stuff rolling around in my head, that I have room somehow to put labels underneath these photographs. I don't think on this white paper though, because I don't want too much of the sweater pattern to show. I just want you to know that there is a pattern on this paper. The other thing I can do now that I'm thinking about it is, this is a great time to ink edges. First of all, these are from 3 different companies. Adding this in is 4, and I've got some Jelly Bean Soup embellishments here, just because I knew that they had some like older, or that some of these pieces here were from Jelly Bean Soup, or that paper I should say is from Jelly Bean Soup. I've got this little bug that really wants to be in the camera tonight. We're gonna dump him off. Sorry if you like bugs, but he can't be on here. So I thought I'd look. I don't see a lot of navy other than my star, which isn't appropriate. But let's look at this sightseeing piece. There is a globe here. This is pretty creamy. That is the only thing here. So this, you know, I like the idea of the geotag, but it is very creamy. So I'm going to set that aside. I may or may not be able to make that work. This is a little arrow in that same pattern. So that might be, you know, I might have a use for that. There's that piece that could have the date on it. So this is almost the same pattern right there. This is, like I said, that is a little navy, but it's hard to tell until you're actually looking at it as close as I am. I do have other like Jelly Bean Soup sticker sheets, as well as I also grabbed this one, which is some more. These are really odds and ends from Jelly Bean Soup. I have to remember I've got coffee cups in here, because I'm always looking for coffee cups and teacups. My granddaughter loves to have tea with me, so we have lots of tea pictures. Just thought I'd see if I have anything navy in here at all. And here's a little navy heart. So that could be, I could use that. There's a navy and a light blue button, but I think I'd need to have more than one. The heart I can make work with other hearts. Obviously I have all those Ellie Studio hearts. I don't know if I have any navy though. That is one thing I'm not sure of. And then I will grab, we've got all the navy out of here that I can find. Oh, there's a navy butterfly, but I think not on this layout. And I don't mind using butterflies on boy layouts. I always think of butterflies as growth and transformation, so I think that that's not the oddest thing. I'm just gonna grab, let me show you some shame here. I went to grab my Jelly Bean Soup label stickers, which are right back here, but these are also all of October afternoon ones. So like here's one that says date, so I could work that in because they're very creamy. That's a 9 to 5 collection in that particular thing. And then there is a little, like it looks like a little push pin, but I could use that as well. So I'm just catching up on the fact that you guys are talking to me. So hey Barbara, and hi Cheryl. Oh, I've missed you guys too. I actually didn't gonna be on tonight. And then I was supposed to have grandkids tonight and tomorrow. And what happened actually is a close family friend passed away this week, and her funeral is this weekend. So I am going to be doing that tomorrow instead of what our original plans were. So I'm gonna miss time with the grandkids, but definitely close family friend So I wanted to be there. So I ended up having a free night tonight that I did not plan on having. Okay, so we have a little bit of navy there. I'm just gonna pull, there's the navy here that matches this because this is the Sightseeing Stew collection. Just kind of looking to see if there's any other navy. There's navy right there. And again, this is very creamy. Okay, and then I have a little bit of a label here, but then I have this other label here. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Yeah, I mean, I'm sad about it. My poor brother is just crushed because she was like a second mother to him. That's the person I'm really concerned about. Not that I'm not sad. I've lost a parent, so that's hard. Anyway, so hey Kristen, good to see you here. All right, so, and yeah, Cheryl, that is quite a resemblance, isn't it? It's just crazy. If I don't have a picture of my daughter-in-law handy, but he looks, I mean, he's his mom's mini-me. It's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna go cut the border on this so I can keep moving forward with the layout now. And it's finally, I'm sitting with my window in my scrap room open, which is making me very excited because it's been in the 90s in southeastern Wisconsin, actually in Wisconsin period, for the last probably 3 or 4 days. Yesterday was in the very high 80s, so we just had a cool front come through, which means it's probably in the high 70s, low 80s, which I'm happy for that. Okay, so I'm just trying to decide, do I want to, so, oh my gosh, Roz, hello from Australia, that's awesome. That's cool, I'm glad you could join us. So I'm just trying to decide if I want to leave, like, do I want to do just another smaller layer here and a bigger layer here? I am kind of liking the brown in the background here, so I'll cut that border strip off. Since I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that, I just need to decide what I'm going to do. And I like, one of the things I liked about this paper is it does have some of the browns in. It has a little white in it, and then it has some of the blues, dark blues. So, oh my gosh, hello to from the Philippines. This is very cool tonight. The Philippines and Australia are joining us. So thank you, you two. And is it, I'll probably mispronounce it, but Purple Crafter 07. So, oh, that's cool. So Barbara just asked if it's about 11 a.m. on Saturday morning in Australia. So, and you can tell us what time it is in the Philippines too. I always think that's really cool. I think I'm just going to cut this into a bigger border. And maybe center it a little bit. You know me, guys. I like my clean lines. Okay, 8 a.m. Saturday in the Philippines. That's awesome. Well, happy Saturday. So in case anybody's wondering, for me, it's 7 o'clock on Friday night. So our Friday night live. Okay. Then so I missed you guys all last week, and I told you I had planned, well, the plan is that I went up to northern Wisconsin, so it's very woodsy there, lots of lakes in that area, but so I was very close, still am close, with a group of my high school friends. So there were originally 7 of us. And since we've graduated, 2 of us have passed away from breast cancer. So the remaining 5 of us and our spouses and significant others went up to, went and rented cabins on the shores of Lake Michigan, or Lake Superior, not Lake Michigan. And we spent the weekend together celebrating, and I'll try not to choke here, the 40th anniversary of our graduation from high school. Yeah, I keep saying I don't know how that could be true since I am only 40 years old myself. That doesn't seem right. So I'm going to cut a border here. I think I'll make this 11 by 11. So we at Lake Superior, so the Great Lakes, huge lakes for those of you who are international, but cold where we were. It was not warm. It was decent considering the time of year it is here, but it was much warmer. I was joking because it was a really nice weekend down where I am, which is about 6 hours away from where we were. So, but anyway, so that's where I was last weekend, was celebrating, and I'm sure there will be layouts being made. So it's 10 a.m. in Victoria, Australia, and Kristen's boys were just up in Mercer off-roading. Oh, that's pretty close to where we were, or definitely on the way anyway. That's way up north. In Wisconsin, we play up north, and we weekend up north, literally because it is north of where we are. Okay, so this could be pretty formal looking. I'm not sure I'm gonna love this because I think it's really yellow compared to like some of these other pieces here. This one's a little hard to tell that it's an arrow, but it is. I also have this arrow too that I could use so that we kind of get that arrow feeling. Oh, and I was just gonna say, I hesitate to put my, I hesitate to put anything on that historical photo, but it's not the original, which is why you do that, right? So I'm just thinking, this diagonal is just playing tricks with my eyes. So I'm thinking maybe this, then the resemblance up here, and then what I'm thinking is grabbing some hearts maybe, and then I wanted to see if I had any other more vintagey stickers. And the place to maybe find that would be Vicky Booten's hashtag sticker book, which I know I have. Just have to find it. Here it is. I don't know if I'm going to have any navy left because I think I've gotten a lot of blue out of here already. Barbara, that blue paper is old. It's from Creative Memories. It was an old winter collection. So, and Barb says hello from Michigan. I just missed that. So she's just east of me a little bit. I could do this for like a date sticker, but then that means I would have to put gold in. Now that's not the worst because I could do some heart. You know how I like to punch these hearts? So I could add some gold hearts in to give it another color and dimension. So maybe that. Woo! The breeze has really picked up from the north. And I'm here in a tank top, so that was a little chilly. I do have a 2 in blue here. So that might be kind of nice, like, you know, just the 2 people. And I'm using, for those of you who haven't seen me do this before, I like using the edge of my mat for sticking stuff to it. Here's kind of a nice thing that I could do is I have this label with a butterfly on it, but I could hide that. Although I think I need I would need 2 probably. That is one thing I have to plan for now that I think about this. I need to be thinking about that. Although this is not as white as these jelly bean soup labels, and I have more than one. If I did this though, I'd have to cut it because I don't really want that butterfly, but maybe I'm going to keep looking through this. Hey, you know what I've forgotten to do? Gosh. And I pulled them out. I just pulled them out. I pulled them out and I think I put them back. I am so sorry. So, I think I will get that too. Harmony needed black bows. So all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I pulled them out. I'm going to put them on my floor so I can't put them back. They won't happen tomorrow. You missed that. I have a funeral to do tomorrow, but we'll get them to you next week. I don't usually do that, you guys. Usually I'm pretty about that. So this, too, if I had enough to cover this, I could tuck it. I'm just looking to see if I could do that. I could do it down here too. You know, I don't mind seeing a little bit of that leaf. And then this could come in somewhere here. To be careful because I don't want it to stick. It might not come up. But that could do that almost. So that's a possibility. What will we put on? And then I do have gold here too. If I want it. But I think if I'm going to do anything, I'll probably add little bits of gold hearts in. There's feathers. There's an arrow there, but that I could do with that. And then I'm blending some blues a little bit more, which that wouldn't be the worst thing. That would be the worst thing. That sounds like I'm thinking it's a horrible idea. It's not. My neighbor children are screaming, so I hope you're not hearing all of that. Okay, I think I'm just about done. And then we can down. Okay, I think we can start gluing stuff down. I'm just going to grab some of my hearts and hope I have some glue left here. And I may not. I don't think I do, actually. But I have some wood hearts. For sure. I think I just discovered some old Studio Calico wood hearts when I was digging for something a couple weeks ago. So let me look and see. I see the gold ones. There they are. So these are, here's a little blast from the past for all of you. Okay, thanks Harmony for being so kind, by the way. Yes, there is chaos outside, but you know, the kids are young, so this is a blast from the past too. I mean, I remember what store I bought these at, and that's been long gone. So I think I could add those in, and that would be nice to bring some of the wood forward. But, oh my gosh. Who remembers Heidi Swap acrylic? I don't know if you can even see that. I have that. This is Little Davis chipboard. Oh, you'll love these. Here. KI Memories acrylic pieces. So, I have a few oldies but goodies. But every so often I'll do something like this where I'm like, oh wait, I saw that. That would be a good thing to use here. So, Kristen, by the way, I did see that your comment about the washi tape that I could do too. It's kind of in the back of my mind if I need something where I want to kind of give a layering, an extra layer. I might do that. So I think I'm going to bring this down. Although the one thing I'm not loving about this is if I do this, then I have almost the same measurement here and here, but I don't like that there. So the only thing I can do is bring this down a little bit, bring the width of that mat down a little bit. So I'm going to do that. I like them to be consistent, but I don't want them exactly the same either. You know, consistent around. Let's see how I did here. I'm gonna have to re-ink that, but I'm okay with that. And I didn't, oh yeah, I did ink that paper. Okay, so that's a little bit better. That feels a little bit better to me. Now it's not the same as this. The border will be with that other paper. Hey, Nancy. Harmony said she thought it was Linus making all the noise, and then she realized it was feral children. And they are out for the summer here, so yes, they are definitely feral children now. That's cute. I will be remembering that comment. Especially when they're screaming and bothering me. And you know I love children. I love my grandchildren, but they go home to their parents. Although, how can you fault them? Because you know, being a kid in summer, wow. How much fun is that? Okay. So now the question is, do I want to see if I can get this snuck in here somewhere? I'm just going to lightly pop this down and see what I think. Because this could come in here pretty easily. I could also move this. I don't love that though. I don't love seeing those pieces through there. Okay, that is not my favorite. We might be going back to the labels here. These are the Ellis Studio, the ones that they do every month. You can just see what I have. I do have some narrow ones, so I'm going to pop those down. Yeah, children are lovely. The screaming is not. Speaking of which, we booked our tickets for Disney yesterday for the fall, so I am super. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just make this really simple and make them even below here. So when we started this, thinking about this, I thought we'd end up paying about $300, and maybe I'll put it on. No, I think I'm gonna not put it on the photos. I think I'm gonna actually bring it below. Anyway, I thought it would be about $350 a ticket for us, but you know, we were planning to do this. We started planning this a year ago, thinking about it. We've had our reservations for about a year for the place we're going to stay, and we ended up, I think, at $352 with taxes and everything. So I am thinking that's going to be cool. Thanks, Kristen. A button would, I think with this down here, I don't know. And it feels really white compared to that geotag here. But especially if I'm going to do this, I don't know. Okay, let me play around a little bit with these hearts, because I think we could get those on here. And I don't have two of the same. Okay. I guess like this and this would be good. I'm just not loving that creaminess up against that white. That's the problem I'm having now, is the creamy and the white. This I could do this with up at the top here and give myself a little bit of journaling space there. So I kind of like that idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these chips here. And it can be a little cluster up there. I knew what you meant. Yeah, I just think I like the geotag idea, like this is where we are or something like that, you know, with the generations, but I don't know. I think it's a little too much. I'm trying a little too hard, especially with the whiteness of this and now that. And there is definitely white, and this paper is definitely white, so I think I'll just stick with that and leave it. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't ink these. So I'll pick those up and do that. I think I have less than okay, guys, sorry. There we go. So try this again. I'm really sorry. Okay, let's try this again. My screen froze. So hopefully you're all back. Someone yell out to let me know that you're back. Sorry for all that wobbling and all of that. Looks like you guys are still here, so sorry about that. But my screen froze and it said that I wasn't connected to the internet. But when I looked, I still was. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. That was weird. Okay, so then maybe I do 2 light ones over here as well. Okay. Looks like we're back online too. I think that's enough. I'll have a little bit of space here to talk about the resemblance and then put who it is and age 5 here. Okay, great. Thanks, Barb, for letting me know that. Yeah, for some reason it locked, but I was still recording. That was very weird. So then I had to take my phone off, so that's why you got all that motion. I apologize for that. That's not fun to watch. That's what happens when we go live sometimes, right? Okay, so just to reiterate, I just decided, just in case this you missed this, is I decided to use the Altenew. This is the Glacier Caves blue enamel dots, and then they have hearts in the different colors of the dots, but they have larger and smaller ones when they do that. So that's kind of interesting that they have that. But that's what I'm going to use to just sprinkle a little bit more of that light color around. I mean, I could possibly throw in maybe a smaller dot here. Let's see if I like that, or if I start to feel like it's, because sometimes I start to feel like I'm just scattering stuff. Actually, I kind of like that little bit of the navy down here. So let's do that. But I think I'll put this one, normally I don't mind things breaking out of the frame, but in this particular case, I don't love it because it's the only thing that's breaking out of the frame then. So that would be kind of weird. All right, so there is the, this is M number 2, by the way. So M number 2 and his great grandpa there, which that'll be fun. All right, I am going to grab my sticker book and just pop these back in here on something. I think I just have these 2 pieces that are actual stickers. There we go. The rest of this I can just kind of push to the side and, oops, and this sticker, and deal with later. Okay. So there's a little heritage layout, which is kind of fun. I think this will be really neat when it's done. And I'm getting excited because I'm getting pretty close to getting these done and getting them off to them. All right, so that's that. I have time to do another layout, so I'm going to tonight. I do want to get outside just because it's so nice, and read my book. So what am I reading right now? I'm reading a book called American Royals, and it's kind of a fun, it's a very light contemporary book, but the whole premise behind it is that George Washington became a king and not a president. So it's about the royal family in current times. And I don't want to say too much. I'm on the third book, but there's there's two others if I'm on the third one, right? And it's YA, so young adult, but it's a great summer read. The first one is just called, I think, American Royals. And then the second one is called Majesty. And then this third one is Rivals. I have heard that she is going to do another book as well, too. So just in case that interests you. All right. So here's the other picture I'm going to. So M1, M2, and they're just being boys. They were playing some kind of weird game with the little sit and spin thing there. So I don't know. Boys, right? So, and M2 is wearing his bike helmet in the house because, again, boys. So I thought I'd just do some kind of funny boys layout. And I did see that I have this paper there, which I think that would be fun to work something out with that. This is from the Bella Boulevard, what is that, Bug Explorer collection. Just want to see if I have anything I might need to do. Although I think I have the hearts of this. Yeah, I don't have much of the actual Bug Explorer collection left. I have this piece. So what I'm thinking I'll do is like a 2/3, 1/3, and maybe frame that out or something like that, and leave, and then grab some washi tape to do that across. That's actually not so bad. I'm thinking like a red piece of paper for something, whether it be the background and then this comes on that, because I think that sets that off kind of nicely. Let me see what I have for red in Bella Boulevard. Do I have any red Bella Boulevard? That is the question. I did perhaps put some more of the Tiny Tots collection in my cart at scrapbook.com earlier today. I didn't pull the trigger, but I did do that. So I have that. So that could go up there. And then we could do the dots. Yeah, I think, or maybe I just use the hearts as the frame. I think that's what we're gonna do, is the mat for the photo, not the frame, the mat. And this is, first time I ever saw this particular layout was Chamel did one ages ago. I think this is back even in her 2Ps days. And I use this formula all the time. Love, love, love it. Turn the light off because I can't see my, I have a light sitting right next to my trimmer, and I have the Caterpillar Pro that cuts with the light. Okay, so then I'll just cut off the border, and I know I'm going to probably waste a whole bunch of this paper, but I think I'm okay with that, unless I really want to, and I could do it. All right, let's do this. I think I'll do maybe 5 inches. I have to look to see how many inches I have here. Yeah, that should be good, because then I'd have a couple inches to play with. All right, I'm going to conserve this paper because I don't have that much left of this particular this particular collection. So then if we do this and that and that, then I think it would be nice to use some washi, and this is the Bella Boulevard washi. I'm almost done with that roll. I'm going to be very sad when that is done. Okay, so 14, and it needs to go to 2. This is one place where it's really nice to have a mat to line up. And I'm thinking I actually probably want to cut some more of this off, but now I'm going to make my life hard. That'll be nice to have that little strip to play with something. I really wanted to see more of, yeah, I do too, Nancy. I really wanted to see more of this yellow than I was seeing. And what I'll do is I'll get this down. Okay. That looks pretty good there. That looks pretty straight there. And then I'm just gonna get it so that I can, okay, there we go. Now I think it'll be good. I don't have much to work with, despite the fact that I was gonna give myself room to work. I didn't in the end. There we go. Sometimes I just use like a piece of scrap paper, all of those like really thin sheets from paper pads. If you don't like something, you know, like if you don't like a pattern, use it to back it when you do stuff like this if you want to save paper. I don't do that all the time because I have a scrapbook room full of paper, but sometimes when I'm hitting the end of a collection like this, I start saving paper a little bit. So there we go. All right, then there's that, and I think I'll cross that across into there. I need it to come over here though because the boys are looking that way. This is pretty thick, so I think I'm going to drop this down so that none of these lines, this line and this line, is not matching up with that. It could be, I've done it where I've had a much thinner border or I've had more of this revealed, and so this photo sat up a little bit higher. But I don't like the way that looks. I think I want it to cross into here. And again, if I do that too, this border needs to come down a little bit. It's a little bit too wide. But if I do that, then this red paper is touching the yellow, the washi, and then the stripe paper. So that really helps pull your design together. If you're coordinating papers that way. That's one thing that I think is hard at first when you first start doing some of the, when you start kind of working with layering and using different pattern papers, that can be really hard to play with. So I have this cute little thing that says playtime here. This says favorite. So these are from that Jelly Bean Soup. That Jelly Bean Soup collection. So I'm thinking, do I want to put that here? Or I could put it here as well. Pop it up there. So I think just for now, I'm going to pop it up here. And we'll play with that to see what I end up doing in the end. I also saw, what did I, oh. There's this little star arrow too, and actually that could sort of go anywhere. You know, I could pop that up here to do that. Or it could come in down here as well, which I'm kind of liking that. I don't know what else will go down there. I want my title to be #boys because that's what my daughter-in-law posted with this. I'm playing with this again and thinking maybe on the photo. So where's my little trusty Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pop this on the photo here and not do the orange here. And the reason that I'm not loving this is much more distressed looking orange there. This is a much brighter orange, so I think we'll just leave this off for now. I did like the playtime though. Though there's another cute sticker here that's like a bunch of arrows. Oh, actually, that's not a sticker. That's actually a little label. So that could go somewhere as well. So I'll pop that over there. So that's kind of fun. And I do have that sticker that I put back on here. And we have a geotag here. We could use that as well too in our blue heart. So let's play with that and see. Then what I probably should do is get down my hashtag boys here and then figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the embellishments. And that could be that I embellish. It almost fell because I'm going to open my window again. Nice, huh? I'm thinking I could embellish up in this corner, although I have that going right there. So that could be, you know, the start of a little embellishment cluster here, perhaps, which it would be really easy actually to do this. Maybe add in that little heart. And we have a little embellishment right there. So maybe something like that. And then down here, I could add like a label in is what I'm thinking. I'm going to pull this off here so that it's not on as far. But I could do a label down here. And then I also do have, now that I'm looking at this, I do have another arrow here, and I actually have a green geotag and a orange heart. So what I'm thinking I could do is add this geotag down in here somewhere. I have a red star as well too, but I also have a red heart. So that red heart could go down here. I'm just lightly tacking that on there. And then maybe the orange one, because it's that bright orange coming up here, which means I probably want, and I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. So down here I have orange, I have red, and I have green. Up here I have orange and green, the red of this border, this crazy arrow thing, and then the blue of the heart. So what I'm thinking is I can journal on some blue down here, a blue label. I have those lovely LE Studio labels. So I'm just trying to transfer the colors into the two embellishment clusters here. And then it's all distributed across the layout. And it's really, you know, coming from this color here. Now I am noticing that I have a little bit of that aqua color down up here, but I don't have it down here, but it's kind of minor. And I have that, I have this aqua here. It's not the same aqua. So I don't know if I really have to have that. I'll take a peek. I do have a little bit of an arrow tail here, but I don't know that I want both of those arrows on here because it would have to come down here. I could also get that aqua in with enamel dots. That's another thing I could do. But I'm gonna just grab my other Jelly Bean Soup labels here and see if I have any aqua things that I could use. Oh, that creative could work. So I'll pull that off because they are being creative. I also have a heart geotag here in that blue, which I actually think I like a little bit better. So I think that's what we'll do to get that blue in. Okay, that I think looks good. So now we have enough of that. I've got a little bit more blue in here and green if I need it. I do have this nice green arrow that I could work in here and then not do the green geotag. So I could do something like that. But I also have to get that blue label in there. So these are just going to come off and sit on the side here because they're starting to really stick. And I don't want them to do that. Okay, I think that's gonna work just nicely. There is a red heart here too. If I don't want to do, actually it's not really red, it's orange now that I see that. These colors are really different because they went from, let's see, what year is this? This is 2014. This is also 2014. Well, that's interesting because these are very yellow, but then this oh wait, no, these are all yellow in 2014. This is 2015 and they went to white. So that's interesting. All right, so I need to find something in an alpha, maybe green if I have it, because I need big. And that's definitely a specific green. Ooh, you know what, you guys? I probably have that green. At least the green from the Bella Boulevard. I do. The only thing I'm not going to probably have is a hashtag sign. So then maybe I'll just put, I think this will just be boys. So I forget about these. I have these chipboard sheets that I got. So Bella Boulevard, I think I've talked about this before, used to be headquartered really close to where I live. Stephanie still does live here, but the company is not, so she's designing here, but the company is now, everything's being produced through Doodlebug, so she doesn't have the kind of staff that she used to. Okay. I'm having to go through a few of these. But anyway, so they used to have warehouses. And that's where this is coming from. And I definitely reinforce these because oh gosh, this is probably 5 or 6 years ago. I went through and went to organize my albums, and a lot of the Bella Boulevard stuff fell off because the glue just wouldn't hold it. Okay. And now I'm thinking maybe because I have the room, now that I'm not going to do a hashtag. I could do boys will be boys. You know, do the boys will be in some of those like LA Studio letters. Okay, so let's get this up. I'm going to pull this up further than I thought, just making sure that this edge of the photo is down below where the washi is. Get that up in there. I think that's good the way that's looking. And just get this little cluster done up here. Okay, there we go. So there's that. I'm going to get the boys down, and then it's actually, these letters are still pretty sticky right now. I'm trying to think the last time I was to a warehouse sale. Probably 2018 or 19. Not since 2020 for sure. And I might even only, like with this, I'm only going to put the glue on the one side. Spread these letters out a little bit too, because I have plenty of room. But these are still fairly sticky. I've put my hands on these sometimes and they're not, so that's pretty good. Okay. I could also do the boys will be, because I think this looks like it's just sitting out there. all on its own right now. I also could do it in little tile stickers too, so I'll look at that in just a second. So now I have this little cluster that I'm thinking about down here. And just looking to see what I have for thinking like this. Label. And I don't want the two arrows being exactly the same spot out or back. So like that, if I could get the orange one straight. And then add in that little bit there, a little heart. Little heart and geotag here. That will, because I have so much green down there, I don't need it. Turn this one just slightly. Okay, so we have that done. Then we just need the boys will be boys. That's the exciting part. You get to watch me like put letters down, right? I'm gonna look and see what I have for navy or blue. I also have aqua too, but it's very different than that. Can I get boys will be boys out of this? Okay. Oh, why? Do I have an 8? Yes. Boys. I have 2 8s. I've got 2 Y's, 2 O's. Do I have W, I, and I have 2 L's. Okay. So I think will be is going to go on right there. And I'm going to do this in navy. But I think any of the colors here would be fine. I could do it in green, but I'm going to do a different title. And I could do, you know, I could do the first boys in like red or something. That would have been a good idea if I ran out of, if I was running out of the navy, but I think I'm just going to stick with navy here. It's enough that I have 2 colors in my title. My buddy Rachel Reynolds was so good at multicolored titles. Oh my gosh, she was so good at that. That and her other thing that she was really good at that I'm not is just mixed media, which is one of the reasons I loved doing Stash Bash with her, is because, you know, we kind of took the same idea. Sometimes we even use the same sketch, and it turned out to be so different. Oh, I don't have to. I was thinking I did 2 boys. I don't, because the other one's down already. There's the will be. So I only need to MacGyver 1 8, and I love, these are really easy to MacGyver here. Oops. I'm getting these letters, the little, I don't remember, so the little cutouts and that kind of stuff, the stuff that's left behind likes to attach itself to everything, including my fingers right now. Okay, I need a Y. Oops, and I know that that O is not quite straight here. I'll probably have to straighten that up. And then 8, if you've not seen me do that, here's the 8. You cut this piece out and this piece out, and you get a beautiful S. I just need to get my scissors. So that piece out on the bottom. I saw my friend Abby, we were scrapbooking together years ago when she still scrapbooked, and my friend Kathy, who now does scrapbook, but she's all digi, so she can do whatever she wants. But I saw her MacGyver a couple of letters, and then Sarah Swan, I started to see Sarah Swan doing it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's just the best idea. Okay, so hashtag boys became boys will be boys, and that's not quite straight, but it's close enough for now. I'll deal with it later. And then I think what I'm going to do, there's a light blue in here that I don't have on here anywhere, so I think that's what my enamel dots will be, is they're going to be the light blue. That kind of makes sense to me. And actually, I think I'm going to take this one off here and put that there. And then I just need to get one up here. One cluster up here, not one enamel dot. Okay, almost done. Yes, those are all touching, so maybe down here. There we go. All right, so that was fun with just lots of different colors in here. I love that when you can take a piece of striped paper like that, because it makes your selections for color so much easier because you already have your colors, and then you just start playing off of them. And that's all I did here, is I had my colors, just started playing off of them. So there's this layout, which was our second one of the night. Get that sticker out of our way. And then so these, there's the first one. These are really different layouts here, just because of, you know, this is more vintagey looking and more, definitely more heritage looking. And then just the fun boy layout, 2 less layouts to do for 2021 here. And then, like, I have to get information about how old he was in this picture, if my daughter-in-law knows. And then I know how old, obviously, I know how old M number 2 is. Thanks, Barb. Yeah, it was fun. And 2 less layouts to do before their books are done. Like I said, I do have that one collage thing to do yet. I'm trying to think what, PicMonkey, I think. Before PicMonkey went paid, I loved it because you could just do, you know, you could just do that. It was really simple, but they're a paid service now, which that's fine. I'll just have to play with something else. And I do use, I still have Becky Higgins' Project Life app on my phone. So then I can play with that a little bit. That's how I've been doing a lot of collages lately. So thank you, Harmony. So, all right, you guys. So I looked at my schedule before I went on tonight, and I think I will be here next week. As right now, I don't have any plans. So I'm thinking about the same time next week that I will be live. Harmony, I promise, those bows will go out this week at some point. And now you're just going to get the whole darn package since I've been very tardy. So anyway, Harmony was looking for some bows that I actually had some of. She needed some for a project. So I've been tardy sending them to her because I put them away instead of leaving them out. So anyway, you guys. All right. Thanks, Barbara. And it was good to see our friends from the Philippines and Australia. That was really fun tonight to have people international. That's really great. So that was wonderful that you guys could join us. All right, everybody else, it was great to see you as well. And thanks for your comment on the title I just missed that, who it was. I think it was it oh, Nancy, thanks. Thanks for your comments on the title too, by the way. All right, you guys, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.